In this lesson, we need to find the midpoint of a line segment or the coordinates of the point, midpoint of a line segment. If we have here AB line segment, we need to find the point which divides AB into two equal parts. For horizontal line, here we have AB is the horizontal line, A represented by a point which is negative 4, 1, B represented by a point B 4, 1. The line parallel to x-axis, we can find that, or we notice that the y coordinate will be the same. That means y equal 1, y1 equal 1, and y2 also equal 1. If the line parallel to x-axis, y2 will be equal y1. How to find the midpoint? Count 1, 2, 3, 4, and also 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we have the midpoint lies on the point 0, 1. How to find the x coordinate of this point? It will be x1 plus x2 over 2. So the midpoint of the or the point which located in the middle of the distance from A to B, x will be calculated by the rule x1 plus x2 over 2. Find the coordinates of the midpoint of a vertical line. Vertical line, I have here AB, A represented by a point 3, negative 2, and B represented by a point 3, 4. And of course the line parallel to y-axis, that means x1 equal to x2. So if the line parallel to x-axis, y1 will be equal y2, and if the line parallel to y-axis, x1 equal to x2. Find the distance between, find the midpoint from A to B, or the point which is located in the middle of the distance between A to B. That means here I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 units, so the point located after 3 units, that means y1 plus y2 over 2. It will be 3, 1. If the two ending points of the line A represented by x1, y1, B represented by x2, y2, to find the middle or the midpoint of the line segment AB, the two coordinates of the midpoint AB of the line AB, it will be x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2, m equal x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2. Find the midpoint between A 4, 8, B 1, 12. I'm going to apply the rule of the midpoint. I have here 2 points, A 4, 8, B 1, 12. x2 plus x1 over 2, y2 plus y1 over 2. Then replace x2 with 1 and x1 with 4 over 2. y1 will be 12, y2 will be 12, y1 will be 8. Finally, it will be 1 plus 4 over 2, 12 plus 8 over 2 means 5 over 2 and 10. The two ending points of the line, negative 9, 4, 1, 14. I'm going to rename the 2 points x1, y1 and x2, y2. Apply the rule m equal x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. That means negative 9 plus 1 over 2 and 4 plus 14 over 2. Finally, it will be negative 8 over 2 plus, 18 over 2 means negative 4, 9. The midpoint of the line segment joining between the point negative 3, 4 and the point x, and the x is unknown, is 1, negative 2. That means the midpoint equal 1, negative 2. Find the coordinates of the point x. Here we have the first point on the line is negative 3, 4, and the midpoint of this line equal 1, negative 2. The midpoint means it divides the line into two equal parts, and the other end point will be x, and we don't know this x. We need to find the two coordinates of this x, of this point, and I'm going to let this point equal a, b, right? The two coordinates of the point will be a, b. Then apply the midpoint rule. Here we have negative 3 plus a over 2 equal 4 plus b over 2, and of course the midpoint equal 1, negative 2. Two equal ordered pairs, that means the x coordinate of the first will be equal the x coordinate of the second, and also the y coordinate of the first will be equal the y coordinate of the second. Negative 3 plus a over 2 equal 1. Then multiply both sides by 2 or make a cross multiplication. Negative 3 plus a equal 2 times 1 equal 2. That means finally a equal 2 plus 3 equal 5. Also 4 plus b over 2 equal negative 2. Cross multiplication, 4 plus b equal 2 times negative 2 equal negative 4. b equal negative 4 minus 4, it will be negative 8. Finally, the point x equal 5, negative 8. If one of the two ending points of the line segment AB equal negative 5, 1, and the midpoint of the line segment equal negative 1, 6, find the point B. Here we have first point equal negative 5, 1, and also we have the midpoint of the line segment, and we don't have the other end point, which is B. I'm going to suppose that B equal x, y, then apply the midpoint rule. Midpoint of AB equal x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2, right? Then put x1, y1 like instead of negative 5, 1 instead of x1, y1. That means negative 5 plus x2 over 2 equal 1 plus y2 over 2. And the midpoint finally will be negative 1, 6. So negative 1, 6 equal the ordered pair of negative 5 plus x2 over 2, 1 plus y2 over 2. I have two equal ordered pairs. That means the x coordinate equal the x coordinate, and the y coordinate of the first equal y coordinate of the second. That means negative 1 equal negative 5 plus x2 over 2. Also, how to remove these two? This is divided 2. I'm going to multiply 2 on the right and left side. That means negative 2 equal negative 5 plus x2. Finally, x2 will be 5 plus negative 2 equal 3. The y coordinate of the first order pair equal the y coordinate in the second order pair. That means 1 plus y2 equal 6, right? So I'm going to multiply 2 on the right and left side. That means 12 equal 1 plus y2. y2 will be 12 minus 1. Finally, it will be 11. So the point B equal 3, 11. That means the other end point will be 3, 11. The line RS M is the midpoint of the line RS. If S equal one of the two ending points equal 5 comma negative 2, and we need to find the other ending point, which is R. I'm going to assume that the midpoint equal M, that means xm ym equal 4 comma 2, right? And one of the two ending point S, it will be 5 comma negative 2, that means x2 y2 equal 5 comma negative 2. And the first point will be x1 y1 represented by R, right? I need to find the value of x1 y1, of course. Applying the midpoint rule, the midpoint, the x coordinate in the midpoint will be 4, and the y coordinate of the midpoint will be 2, right? Then start with the x coordinate. x1 plus 5 over 2 will be equal 4, right? To get rid of this 2, this is divide 2, I'm going to multiply 2 on the right and left side, like this. So 2 will cancel 2. Finally, 5 plus x1 equal 8. Then x1 will be 8 minus 5, that means 3. Finally, x1 will be equal 3. Type how to find the y coordinate. I'm going to say that y1 plus negative 2 equal y1 plus negative 2 over 2 will be equal 2. Of course, I need to remove these 2, so I'm going to multiply 2 on both sides or make a cross multiplication. So finally, negative 2 plus y1 equal 4. y1 will be 4 plus 2. Finally, it will be 6. So the y coordinate of the point R will be 6. Applying the midpoint rule, we need to prove that the quad is a parallelogram. I have here the 4 vertices P1, 2, Q 4, 4, R 5, 9, S 2, 7. How to prove that the quad is a parallelogram? We know that in parallelogram the diagonals bisect each other. What does it mean? It means the midpoint of the first diagonal will be equal or the same point for the second diagonal. That means the midpoint of PR will be equal to the midpoint of SQ. So I'm going to find the midpoint of the first diagonal, which is PR. Use P and R. It will be 1 plus 5 over 2. 2 plus 9 over 2. That means 3 and 11 over 2. Then find the midpoint of the second diagonal, which is SQ. Applying the rule, it will be 4 plus 2 over 2 and 4 plus 7 over 2. It will be 3 and 11 over 2. The midpoint of PR equal the midpoint of QS, so the diagonals bisect each other. Then the quad is a parallelogram. If A equals 0, 8, B 9, 10, C equal 11, 2, D 2, 0. Prove that ABCD is a parallelogram. We know that in parallelogram the diagonals bisect each other. What does it mean? If we have here A, B, C, D, and I'm going to join or complete the shape. What does it mean that the two diagonals bisect each other? That means the midpoint of the first diagonal, which is AC, equal the midpoint of the second diagonal, which is BD. The midpoint of AC equal the midpoint of BD. Find the midpoint of AC, apply the rule. 0 plus, it will be 0 plus 11 over 2, 8 plus 2 over 2. Finally, it will be 5.5, 5. Then find the midpoint of BD, which is 2 plus 9 over 2 and 0 plus 10 over 2, it will be finally 5.5 comma 5. So the two diagonals having the same midpoint, that means the diagonals bisect each other. That means ABCD is a parallelogram. Given that ABCD is a rectangle, I have the vertex A, B, C, and we need to find the point D that makes ABCD a rectangle. Here we have let D equal X and Y. We know that in parallelogram, rectangle, square, or rhombus, all of them, the diagonals bisect each other. What does it mean? That means the midpoint of the first diagonal equal the midpoint of the second diagonal. The first diagonal will be AC and the second one will be BD, right? First find the midpoint of AC. AC will be 1 plus 7 over 2 and 0 plus 8 over 2. And the midpoint of BD will be negative 1 plus x over 2, 4 plus y over 2. I have two equal ordered pairs. That means the x coordinate equal the x coordinate and the y coordinate of the first equal the y coordinate of the second. That means negative 1 plus x over 2, 4 plus y over 2 equal 4 comma 4. The x coordinate negative 1 plus x over 2 equal 4. Multiply both sides by 2, so negative 1 plus x equal 8. X equal 8 plus 1. Finally x equal 8 plus 1 equal 9. To get the y coordinate, 4 plus y over 2 equal 4. Multiply both sides by 2, it will be 4 plus y equal 8. Finally y equal 8 minus 4 equal 4. So the point D will be 9 comma 4.